Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create and run Swing based application in your Eclipse IDE. So guys, let's start the video. So guys, I'm having current Eclipse ID that is 2023-06. So guys, what we have to do, we have to install one extra software whenever we want to create Swing based application, and that is known as Window Builder. So first of all guys, I will show you that if I'm creating any project, I don't have option for Window Builder or JFrame. So then I will be adding that Window Builder, and then after that I will be creating frame and showing you everything. So do watch my video till end. So guys, I have taken from file menu, create a new project. So here I'm giving a project name as Swing Demo, and here you can select the location. So you can change the location, and now guys, here use the project specific JRE and uncheck this module.info.jar. And guys, on this page it is showing where your src.java file will be stored, so you don't have to do any changes. Just click on this finish button. So guys, as soon as you click on finish button, it will create your project, and under that you can see there is src folder, and nothing is there in that src folder. Now guys, I'm just right clicking on src and I'm going to this other option, and here I'm typing JFrame. You can type Window Builder also, but nothing is coming because the software is not installed, which will help us to create Swing based application. So now let me show you how you can add that software. So go to help menu, and here guys you can go to Eclipse Marketplace and just select this Eclipse Marketplace, and here you need to type whatever software you want to install. So guys, we need Window Builder, so I'm just typing Window Builder over here, and just click on this go button. As soon as you click on this go button, here you will be getting different Window Builder option. So guys, you have to take the first one, Window Builder Current. You don't have to take 90 build. Okay, so now click on this install button. So it will install this Window Builder software, then you can create JFrame application in your project. Okay, you can see the installation, 1 million installation of this Window Builder, and last month installation also shown over here. So just click on this install button guys, and now here it is showing me the feature which will be installed in this Eclipse. So these are the different feature which will be installed. So if you don't want anyone, you can just uncheck them. I'm taking all the options and I'm clicking on this confirm button. So guys, here it will ask you license and agreement. You need to just agree the license and agreement, and then you need to click on this finish button. Okay, so after clicking on this finish button, your Window Builder is installed now. After clicking on finish button, it will install Window Builder in your Eclipse ID. You can see progress over here. So again, you have to wait a while. Okay, so now the installation of Window Builder done. It is asking me to restart the ID. So just click on restart now button. So guys, it will restart your ID, and here you can see my ID has been restarted. So now after this, what we will do, we will try to add the JFrame. So again, I will go to my this src folder, and here I'm going to right click on this src, and then I'm going to select this new button, and then here I'm going to click on other, and then guys here just type JFrame, and boom guys, now you can see the option of JFrame is available. Okay, so previously we were not getting, now I'm getting. Just click on next button and provide your frame name. I'm just giving frame name as demo frame, and guys here you can provide package name also. So I'm just giving package name as CS Corner. If you don't provide, it will take into the default package. Okay, so done guys. Now click on this finish button, and here now you can see my JFrame has been created over here under the package CS Corner. So this is what the source code for JFrame, auto generated source code. So guys, what are this source code? Let me quickly explain. We have a package, and then we have certain import statement, then my class demo frame which has been derived from JFrame, and this is what main method, and here we have constructor which is having set bound method and one panel inside it and the default layout. Okay, so this is generated code. You don't have to change anything over here. And guys, below you can see we have option for source and design. So if you want to see your code, then you can click on source. If you want to see your design, you can click on design. And guys, here we have one shortcut also. Like I just right click on my SRC and I selected add new JFrame. You can click on this shortcut, and there also you will be getting what option for adding JFrame. So create a new visual classes, that is shortcut available in toolbar. You can use that also for adding your JFrame. So guys, now what I'll do, I'll just click on this design tab for showing my design, so that we can drag and drop the component and we can create the layout. So guys, it takes a moment because we are doing first time, and boom guys, you can see your what design pattern. So now here we have a frame, and here we have a palette which is showing you all the controls available, and here we have component structure, we have JFrame, in that we have content pane. Okay guys, so now different controls are available in palette. Whatever you want to use, you need to just drag and drop it. So guys, here we have property box. If you select any of the component, it shows property. So here I have selected panel, so it was showing property of panel. Now I have selected frame, it is showing me properties of frame. So you can see so many properties available. You can just explore all this property. So here we have title, background, all the property, tooltip, foreground. So you can change that. So now first of all, the important point is what? Whenever you are creating any frame, just change the layout of panel. So by default the layout of panel is flow layout, so that does not allow you to freely add your component. So just from flow layout, make it absolute layout. Okay, so content pane is your panel, so I'm just making absolute layout of this panel. Right now I will just run this project. So here you have a run option. So now it is asking me to save the resources. So yes, save the resource and run. Just check mark this, then in future it will not ask you to save. It will save it automatically whenever you run, and click on OK button. So guys, you can see I'm getting my empty frame over here. Nothing is there in this frame because we haven't done anything. So now let's give title to this frame. So here I'm giving title as demo frame. You can give suitable title related to your application. So this is my title, and if you run it again, you can see title is shown over here. Right, so now let's move to the further part. Now I'm going to create a simple design. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply take username and age, and I'm going to validate the user age. If user age is above 18, then I'm going to display some message, you are eligible, otherwise you are not eligible. So guys, this is what my aim. So let's quickly take a label. So here you can see we have a label. So just select it and drop it. Select another label also, because I won't enter your name, enter your age. So select another label. Now guys, here you can see text field. So controls are there in palette. You can just scroll and check it out. Just take text field and drop it on your panel. So select second text field and drop it on panel. Similarly, take the buttons. I need two buttons. One is reset or clear button, another is OK button. So just select it and drop it guys. So now guys, my design is like I have just dragged and dropped the components. Now what I will be doing, I will be just giving name to them, and I will be changing text property of this controls. So guys, let's select the first label, and here you can see from the property, whatever control you will select, it will show properties of that respective control. So guys, you can see here we have a text property. So now here I'm just writing enter name, and then I'm selecting my second label. I'm just increasing size of this label so that my entire text is visible. Now I have selected my second label, and here I am writing enter age. Okay, and again I'm just increasing or resizing it so that my whole text is visible. Now this text boxes are already blank, no need to change text property, just I am resizing it. Okay, now this button I'm just going to change its text or label. so I'm just writing OK, and for second button I'm writing reset. Okay, so we have just changed text property of this control. I have not assigned any text to text boxes because I want it to blank at runtime. Okay guys, now I'm just going to increase font of all this control. So I'm just selecting control by clicking on control button and using mouse cursor. So just select this and you can see here we have a font property. So you can just increase the font. So I'm just increasing font, I'm making it bold and I'm making it 14. Okay, so the font has been increased. So it's like if you run your application, the font will be little big, otherwise it was too small. Now just resize your frame. Okay, so whatever you are doing, the code is generated in the background. If you go to source, the everything is generated. Okay, so you can just click on this source and you can view the code. Okay, now I want to display my output in label. So for that I'm taking one more label guys, and I'm making text of this label blank and I'm just resizing it, and now I will rename my all the control which I will be using in my coding. I will not rename this enter name and enter age label. Okay, so the default name of this text field is what? Text field. Okay, so that is the variable name. I'm just making it txt name, and then I'm making this second text field name as txt age. Guys, it's good habit to change the name, otherwise you will get confused like which control is having what name. So for this button I'm giving name as btn. Okay, so try to always prefix like btn, txt, lbl, so that it's clear that it's label, it's text box. And the second button I'm giving btn reset, and this label I'm selecting it and I'm giving variable name as lbl info. Okay, so I'm going to show my output in this label. So I've just made it lbl info. So guys, now design is done. Now what we will do, we will go to this source part, source tab, and you can see whatever you have done, everything is generated over here. That's what advantage of IDE. You have changed font, you have resized it, all the code is generated. You can just view it, right? So now guys, let's write the logic. So on click of this button, something should happen. So for that I need what? Action event. So before that I'm just changing my font because this font is very small. So go to window menu and select preferences, and here you type font, and here you can see color and font option, and here we have various option. In that just go to basic, and here you can see there is an option of text font, and just select the text font and give whatever font you would like to give. So I've just given some font, so my size is increased. So now you can read it on your screen properly. So guys, now the next part is what? We have to generate event. So when we click on button, something should happen. So for that what I'm doing, I'm just clicking on this button. So reset button coding I'm going to write first because that is simple. So if I'm clicking on this reset button, you can see here it has generated what? btn reset dot add action listener. So action listener is a register and its corresponding action perform method has come. And guys, the logic for reset is what? Whatever control you don't want to display any text, just make set text double quotes. So for name, for age, and for lbl info. So guys, you can see I have just written lbl name dot set text blank, lbl age dot set text blank, but I'm trying to access lbl info, but it's not shown because the control has been declared inside my constructor, and this add action listener that has created anonymous class. Hence that class is not able to access the variable. So what I'm doing, I'm just declaring my lbl info inside my class, and here I'm just creating object of lbl info. Now guys, I'm trying to access this lbl info. So you can see now I'm able to get. So if you type dot, you will get related properties. So just make lbl info also blank. Okay, let's run it and check it whether it's working properly or not. So guys, just enter the name and age. Okay, age can't be string, so just demo purpose I'm entering anything. So I'm clicking on this reset button, and guys, you can see my text boxes has been cleared. Okay, So that's what the simple coding of reset button. Now guys, what we will do, we will move to the main logic part, that is check whether user is eligible to vote or not. So this is what the code which I am going to write. So first of all, I am going to retrieve whatever is there in my text boxes. So in my text box I have name and I have age. So for that I will be using getText method. So whatever is my control name dot getText method. So let's fire the event of OK button, because we want to do this on click of OK button. Okay, so now here first of all I will be creating one string variable. So string n is equal to txt name dot getText. Okay, so here you can see if you type control space just by putting a single letter T, it shows all the controls starting with that letter. So getText, so it will give you what the text which are there in txt name, okay, control component. Now similarly I would like to retrieve my age, but guys I want to put what condition for age. I want to perform some relational operator on that. So whatever you enter in text box or text field, they are of type string. I can perform comparison operator or relational operator on the string. Okay, so I would like to convert that into integer. So for that I will be using integer.parseInt method, and here I am creating variable int age. Okay, so int age is equal to integer.parseInt txt age.getText. So it will convert my text data into integer data. So now guys, now let's write the main logic. So if age is greater than or equal to 18, then in my label I am going to print a message, you are eligible to vote, else you are not eligible. So let's do that part. So I have completed this condition, and here I am typing. So along with the message I want to print my username. So my username is stored in a variable n. So I am writing lbl info dot set text, and then I am writing n, and after that I am putting plus, that is concatenation operator, and then I am putting the message in double quotes that you are eligible. Okay, now else part also I have just completed set text, and then you are not eligible. Done guys. So my both the coding is done. Now let's run the program. So to run, again just click on this play button. Okay, so guys, now you can see here I'm entering some name and some age, and here what it is doing, it is showing me that you are not eligible. So username and you are not eligible, and if I type a proper age, then it's showing me you are eligible. So done guys, this was just a simple demonstration how to create. You can create simple application also. I just took a little like 2-3 text boxes and shown you. You can have the project with only one component just to check whether your window builder is running or not. So I hope guys by following my video you are able to successfully run your Swing application. If yes guys, then don't forget to hit on like button. If you have any query, you can put in comment box. I will surely reply to your queries. And guys, if you are new to my channel, do subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to press bell icon to receive notifications from my channel. And guys, I have a Telegram channel. There I am sharing lots of notes and PDF, that too freely. You can join that also, and I've shared my social media handle in my description box. You can follow me there also. So thank you guys for watching my video till end. I'll see you in my next video. Till that, bye bye and take care.